This is what I like about, and I've brought it up like a bunch of times here, my predictions that were correct.
Yeah.
The good thing I like about my predictions is that I remember them, no one else cares, right? No one else remembers what I say or what I pick, and so I can just bring back the ones where I'm correct.
Yes.
The opposite is true for you and for everyone else on the Sunday Night Crew. So if you're just listening, we're showing the tweet right now that shows, this has become a weekly meme, I feel like, because we've had some upsets.
Right.
They show all of you guys, Chris, Tony, Mike, Rodney picking the Bucs. And they did not win, and it was a blowout the other direction, which, as someone who's not a part of this panel or this show, this is very funny to me. I know to you it's
cool.
Not quite as funny.
I don't
Florio really hates this.
Oh, he is bothered. Personally, I said this
personally bothered
right here last night. As you see this picture, if you're watching us on YouTube right now, I am literally. I think I just got done saying, "Oh man, we're gonna get trolled by New Orleans." I knew it.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like it always works that way too. When everybody picks the one team, that other team always wins. You know. I don't, hey, it's cool. Zach Strief, he's a former offensive. That tweet was by a former offensive lineman.
Oh, is that who it was?
Yeah, for the Saints. I'm cool with it. You know, I don't care. It's all fun. I get it. You know, all those type of things. But, just like if I was right or I'm not right, I mean, they don't. Yeah. I don't. It's just stupid. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know what to say. But why? I wasn't sure about the Saints. Yeah, I couldn't pick them against the Bucs. I couldn't do it.
Well,
I mean, after the underwhelming overtime win against the Bears, or the underwhelming win against the Panthers, or the underwhelming overtime win against the Chargers, or the underwhelmingly win against your Lions.
Yeah.
So sorry, I didn't think that where the Bucs had played two amazing games and blew out the Raiders and the Packers, and then played a lackluster, I thought they maybe asleep at the wheel against the Giants. And, they ate it pretty hard against the Bucs.
So this is what we have to figure out. We have to figure out if this was just one of those 1 in 1,000 games.
Yeah, we're going to say.
Where it's 38-3. Or if there are some things that happen in this game that are going to move you from saying that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were the best team in the NFC to now saying that is no longer the case, or at least the Saints are even. So can we start with what do you like more? I don't know. I'm torn here. I kind of want to start with the good. I want to start with the good.
Yeah.
I want to start with the Saints offense.
Yeah, okay.
And how they got rolling, because I think we've been super down on Drew Brees.
Right.
Can't throw deep. This is an offense that did get Michael Thomas back.
Yeah.
Has relied heavily on Alvin Kamara.
Right.
But here you're facing a Buccaneers defense that has a lot of talent.
Yeah.
That you feel like can have their way against most offenses. And from you looking at the tape, were the Buccaneers, was their talent somehow neutralized by scheme, or were they bullied by the New Orleans Saints?
I want to say both. I think both. That's what leads to a 38-3 victory. Is usually you get bullied on the field physically, and then your scheme also got bullied as well. And I think that was a double whammy, and that's what led it to what you saw there. Hey, nonetheless, I'll talk about this. I mean, you watched the game. I mean, there was no question who the more physical, hungry, mad team was on the football field. I mean, from the get-go. I mean, the first play of the game for Brady on offense, first play of the game for Brees on the offensive line went into the line battle went to the favor of the Saints right from the get-go. To start on the Saints, Brees was awesome last night. Right off the bat, you could see a game plan, though. It was up-tempo. It was an assault of formations and personnel sets on the Tampa Bay Buccaneer defense. And not that they went up-tempo, no huddle, but they broke the huddle. Hey, shift move, set hut. Like, they were snapping the ball with 28 seconds on the play clock every time. They weren't going to let the Bucs hunker in there and, they're in this formation. Oh, coach told us they do this and this and this. They really applied the pressure with a lot of different things to think about if you're the Buccaneers defense right off the bat. So that's the first thing I think that jumps off to me. Now, the rest of the success of the football game is predicated a lot on the defense. I mean, and we'll go there in a minute. But, man, just look at the field position the Saints have. Yeah, they have that first drive, which was only a 65-yard touchdown drive. Now, the next drive, they make a great drive, and Jared Cook fumbles, right, on the 2-yard line. But they keep Tampa locked in there. They get the ball back at the 35-yard line and go down again, score a touchdown. Keep Tampa locked in there again. Now, 50-yard drive for a touchdown. And they had their heads spinning at this point. But really had their way more than anything with a short passing game, controlling the clock that way, taking the Buccaneers pass rush out of the game. They can't do anything. And I think the thing that surprised me more than anything was kind of a lack of aggressive approach by the Buccaneers on defense. A lot of zone coverages, didn't blitz, didn't do anything like that. Okay, well, they blocked your 4-down linemen, and you're playing zone against Brees and Sean Payton. Night-night. Good luck. You know, you can play some zone, but you can't do that all game long because he'll just pick it apart. And that's where I was surprised with at least Tampa's approach against them. But just a great game plan. Drew Brees was on his game. And then, you know, the elements of Sean Payton's offense as far as the Taysom Hill runs, the physicality of their offensive line, all of that just was at a pinnacle last night, and they kicked ass.
Yeah, they were very versatile. They had 3 different passers, 7 rushers, 12 receivers touch the ball last night. And he's done that in the past. I mean, that's what they do. They just spread the ball around. You have no idea who's going to get it. Usually Michael Thomas and then Alvin Kamara, and then everyone else has at least a little piece of the pie there. Taysom Hill, how they used him was interesting, right? Because they seem to be leaning on him more heavily in this game than they have previously.
I hope they continue to do it. You know, I do, because I think it's a great weapon for them. You know, like on the first drive of the game, when they go down and score a touchdown, they have a 3rd and 2. He ends up throwing like a little crossing route. I think it was to Jared Cook for a 1st down. But that element of him in that quarterback position is really dangerous. And it really, if you're willing to throw the ball with him, you're going to get some cheap, easy yards. Because it's a little bit like Lamar Jackson last year when he took over for the Ravens. You're so worried about Taysom Hill and the run game, and they have a powerful offensive line, that you play a defensive pass coverage that's very elementary. To where, like, if Drew Brees got some of those coverages, he'd be like, oh, please keep playing that. Oh, my gosh, I'm going to tear you guys up if you do that. But because they have to worry about the run game, it leads it to, oh, my gosh, this is so easy to throw the ball. And even though that wasn't a great throw, they were playing so much to stop the run and the quarterback design run that it led to wide open people. And, you know, that's when Sean Payton has you, you know, by the kahunas, for lack of a better phrase.
Yeah.
And, yeah, there was some cool Taysom Hill elements in the game plan last night.
The way they use him, though, and how physical he is,
right?
He's taking some big hits. I was thinking, like, the day that he becomes, like, the starting quarterback may never come. Because, you know what I mean? It's like, can your starting quarterback be that physical and used in that way? It just seems almost unlikely that you would just be that prototypical starting 16 games a year and be able to play that way.
Listen, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Maybe he's not. Maybe this is always the role he's going to be. Maybe Jameis Winston's the quarterback next year if Drew Brees isn't there. And they just go, no, but we got Taysom Hill, and he's part of the offense.
Why wouldn't you do that?
I agree.
You know?
It's a great weapon. It's a big chip for their football team because it causes mismatches. It's really an issue that way. But, yeah, I mean, I just think overall, you know, it was a complimentary football game because of the defense setting up the offense and then the offense taking advantage of that.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything I can sit here and just go, oh, they did this or what. It was more physical. It was at the line of scrimmage, quick motion, set hut, keep the pressure on you that way.
Yep.
And then a just multitude of formations and personnels. And look at how they spread the ball around. I mean, Taysom Hill had a carry. Here's running backs. Taysom Hill had 7 carries. Kamara had 9 carries. Murray had 10 carries. Washington had 5 carries. Burton had 1 carry, right?
Drew Brees had 2.
Drew Brees 2 and Jameis Winston 1. So, like, there's all those different running attack.
Yeah.
And then they had, what was it? 4, 8, 12 different receivers catch the football.
Yeah.
I mean, so that is unbelievable.
They had the Bucs on the heels, and so
on the heels, and didn't play aggressive, which I still am shocked by. And why wouldn't you play aggressive? I'm sorry, because I know you want to transition to the other side of the ball, and Pete's probably saying move on.
Well, because that's what you're saying, though. You're saying that what the Bucs did offensively or didn't do offensively set up the Saints offense with short fields.
But I also don't understand the Bucs. You got 2 big-time corners. You got 2 really awesome athletic running backs. Like, Drew Brees can't throw the ball down the field, nor do they have receivers that really are going to scare you that way either. Why wouldn't you be playing a little bit more of a we're around the line of scrimmage?
How other teams have played.
For the most part. That's where I was really surprised by the attack And I don't know if it's Todd Bowles was like, wait, I don't know what I'm going to get. Michael Thomas is back in the lineup or whatever. But either way, I just found they're a line of attack on the defensive side of the ball to be a little shocking.
Maybe there was no Todd Bowles in the house, unlike the theme song to begin this whole
Todd Bowles apparently he was not in the house.
Tom Brady was in the house. He'd rather not have been. Like, if he had his choice, he probably would have rather not played in this game if he knew it was going to turn out like this. 40.4 passer rating, third worst of his career. Worst since 2006. First time in his career, 333 starts where he was down 30 or more points at halftime. First game with 3 interceptions since 2011 versus Buffalo. And so it was like worse. You get the idea. He was pressured a ton by that Saints team. Not always on blitzes, but so was Brady bad?
No.
Well, he was bad.
Well, yes, but it's not him.
Why was Brady bad?
It's not. Yeah, exactly. Why? The why is the important part. First off, you said it. Pressure. First play of the game. Cameron Jordan just pushes Wirfs back. There's Brady. I think he's going to hit Godwin for maybe a 15-yard completion. But as he's throwing, he gets whacked in the head and everything. Because, that was really, it was almost like a sign of things to come. Like, nope, this is the way it's going to be tonight. You're going to get whooped a lot. I don't know any other way to say it. I said this morning. I'll say it again, just for like an overall theme of the game. The Buccaneers came out like, oh, we got weapons, and we're just going to throw it, and you can't match up. It's Antonio Brown and Gronk and Evans and Godwin, and there's no way, and Brady, and you won't be able to match up with us. There's just no way. And it's like they came out just thinking we're going to throw the ball every play, and you won't be able to do it. Well, they've been at their best all year when they run the ball a little and do control the line of scrimmage. And then Brady does have the play action passes, and some of those run formations you and I have talked about through the first 8 weeks has led itself to, max protect, big throws down the field. Mm-hmm. They never even really got that part of their game going last night. They never even really gave the run game a chance. It's like they read all their press clippings.
Did you see that? They had 5 rushing attempts.
No.
Fewest in an NFL game ever.
Is that right?
Ever.
Is that right?
That's what Pete wrote down here. We can fact check.
All right, well, see, that makes me feel better.
Standing behind his stat.
That makes me feel better about what I said this morning. It really does because their
leading rusher was Jones, 3 carries for 9 yards.
How does that happen?
How does that happen?
I really don't understand.
So could any quarterback, Matt Smith, 180984, man, that might be a Social Security.
Yeah.
Lock up your account. Do you put more on the play calling for Brady than Brady himself? There might be a case for that.
Yeah, no, I think so. Definitely. I don't, Brady, again, this is a tough game for him. There wasn't a lot there to be had. And then the way he's pressured, this is where Brady, again, being 43, and this is a negative of his game. When he's pressured like that, he can't take games over. He's not going to be able to make somebody miss or move around like a Rodgers or a Russell Wilson or a Mahomes can in these type of games where you still go, whoa, they're getting pressure on, but it doesn't matter. Mahomes is still throwing 20-yard completions or Rodgers is still hopping around and throwing lasers. This is where Tom Brady can't he can't overcome it. It's just too many people in his face throughout the game, let alone, okay, so you're dominating the line of scrimmage. Mm-hmm. The Saints didn't play too overly aggressive. They played aggressive in the right spots as far as playing man-to-man, but did a good job, like I would always say, changing coverages, right, and giving combination coverages too. And when I say combination coverages, I mean playing like one coverage on this side of the field and another coverage on the other side of the field. Mm. Those are little things that even if you played quarterback for 20 years, you could get a little confused by at times. But I think those were the things that jumped out more than anything.
Drew Zimmy 9 says, did you see anything different in their defensive game plan? So are those things they were doing differently just for Tom Brady that they haven't done before? Yeah. Or do they have some of that, those
they
elements
have
in
elements. Their big issue all year is they dominate. They can really dominate games, but they always let up 4 or 5 big plays every game. And you just go, man, how do they busted that coverage? Or what are they doing here? To me, the big thing I saw yesterday, they didn't stupidly blitz or weren't overly aggressive. They played man-to-man, I felt like, when they felt like, we think like man-to-man's the right play for this down and distance in this personnel set. Not just to play man-to-man because, like, we play man-to-man and we don't give you anything easy. Yeah, well, you're going to give them something easy if you play too much man-to-man. So, no, I think it wasn't approached that way, and the they were mixing it up on later downs. That's where I thought it was great. On third down, I don't think Bruce Arians or Leftwich could ever get in the flow of what to do, and then they just played, like I said, some cool coverages. Hey, there was a 3rd and 8. It's 7-0, 2:52 in the first quarter. Anybody wants to go look up this play, it's a good play. 3rd and 8, 7-0, 2:52 first quarter, where he's got his 3 stud receivers to his left, Gronkowski to his right. There's 2 safeties deep. They're going Malcolm Jenkins one-on-one on Gronk. Demario Davis one-on-one on Leonard Fournette. Okay, so over there it's just 2 one-on-one matchups. Now there's 2 safeties back there. They're playing all 3 receivers man-to-man, but the safeties kick over to the 3 receivers. So now one's playing really far over there, and then the other one's like looking for that inside of the 3 receivers to come across the field or do anything like that. That's what I mean by cool coverages, combination coverages, things where I go, I don't know exactly what this coverage is. It's man with 2 safeties deep, and they've been taught to look up certain aspects of an offense, right? And that was what I think Dennis Allen really kicked some butt with.
They had them all messed up. And that 3rd interception that Brady threw, I think it was his 3rd one where he just threw it up.
Oh,
that
right.
was off. That
yeah,
was
the
really
one across
bad.
the field
That's
there.
like what I would do if I was in the NFL.
Well, he was
really
was desperate. That was a 4th down, right? If I remember correctly.
Oh, was it a 4th down? Oh,
I believe it was. Maybe I'm wrong. I think it was, though.
Well, if it was, I'm going to tone back my.
But
that was really just play.
when you play a good defense who not only is coached pretty well, and yes, I've complained about their over-aggressive meatheadedness at times.
Yeah.
But when you do, you become one-dimensional against a good coach defense that has talent like that. It's just hard. It's just I don't understand what they were thinking. I understand the Saints have a good run defense, but I think they played a game that just allowed Hendrickson and I can't say
Onyemata?
Onyemata,
Is
yes.
that right? I don't even know.
It's something like that. Okay, I think I butchered it pretty good.
Daniel O.
D-O. You're right. That's what we should just go with.
Yeah.
But Hendrickson, D-O, Cam Jordan, they popped a lot during the football game. A lot. You talked about the Malcolm Jenkins interception.
Right.
The Onyemata interception was a tip pass caused through the pressure. And then there was the second of the 3 interceptions, which was the Marcus Williams, the Antonio Brown mix-up.
So what did you think of Antonio Brown in the game?
Right. Antonio looked good. He really did. On that interception specifically, that's a play where it's like, it's like, oh, if the guys press on you, you need to run the go. Mm-hmm. If he's playing off of you a little bit, you need to hook it up. It was a hard read for him. I see what he saw because I think he thought, ooh, there's not like the safeties over the top of me and they're pressing me with like 2 guys like that. I think he thought, oh, no, they're still playing soft. Let me sit up. And Brady read it as, no, he's still playing you aggressively. Let's try to throw over the top.
Well, it would have still been if he would have kept running, it would have still been a jump ball between him and the.
It was still a bad decision, and it was a bad throw. If he runs straight, it's still going to get picked, is what you're saying.
Probably,
yeah. Unless Antonio makes some great play of breaking it up.
Yeah.
But he threw it short and inside, and the safety, it was not a hard play for him to get over there and make that play. He was in the position. But all in all, I thought, Antonio Brown, to run the way he runs, without playing football for that long is unbelievable.
Okay, so here you go. The final verdict.
Yeah.
You've been saying the Bucs are the best team in the NFC. Do you still think that's the case?
No,
because you can.
No,
you can.
I can't say that now.
You can't.
Not after that
because
loss.
You can throw, like coaches do it all the time. Like throw that game up.
Yeah, no.
I'm not even gonna look at the game.
No. When you put 2 games together like they did now, it's the Giants last week.
Oh, they've lost twice now to the Saints.
Lost twice to the Saints, but when you lose, like the Giants game, they won last week.
Yeah.
But we're outplayed, and now this game really outplayed and physically dominated. It's 2 weeks in a row where the Bucs O-line and D-line have been pushed around. They've lost the battle up front, which is shocking to me. And I'll say this. I said this morning too. They miss Vita Vea big time. If you want to know why their run defense might not be kicking butt, you want to know why their pass rush isn't kicking butt. It's because Vita Vea is not in there. He was a force. He stopped quarterbacks from being able to ever step up in the pocket, which let JPP and Shaq Barrett always have the edge to get him that way. And he was a great force in the run game. And they're really missing him right now.
There's your stat. F up the play, guys.
And last thing.
Yes.
1st and goal from the 1.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You throw the ball 3 times.
Yeah.
That just tells you. I mean, that kind of says it all right there.
It summed up the whole game, right? It was the first time all year the Bucs did not score a touchdown in a goal-to-go situation, and the first time all year the Saints did not, stopped one.
Stopped one. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, right. So there it was. But you're right. That summed up the whole game.
Good job. Good job by the Saints there.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.